let's see how this goes. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the TigerTV YouTube channel. My name is Briahn Hawkins, and I'm TigerTV's remote station manager as of now. So as I'm sure everyone knows by now, most universities, if not all, have pretty much switched from living on campus and having classes in person to basically being a student of Zoom University or using classes through Zoom. It's taking TigerTV kind of a second to transition back into how we're planning on doing content now. Basically, instead of having our regular shows in person, we're going to post all of our content, whether that be full shows or just little packages here and there. They're going to be on our YouTube channel, which you're already at, which is perfect unless you're not subscribed. Or they'll be on our Vimeo channel, which you should know by now. It's the same username as our YouTube channel, TigerTV14, and you might as well subscribe to there too, because I don't see why not. We're some pretty dope people. But I have recorded a whole week of my experience as a student of Zoom University, just to give people an idea as to what it looks like in a way, or how things have been from my end. Granted, my experience is not exactly the same as everybody else's. I just hope that my video kind of shows people a general idea, I guess. So I'll show you guys what all I was up to 2 weeks ago. Again, it's taking us a second to get back into the swing of things. I'm sorry. We're just gonna start it now. As you can see behind me, I have a desk in the room that used to be my bedroom during high school. I honestly stole this desk from my parents' computer room and just dragged it over here. However, I'm also getting my stuff back from my apartment this weekend, so I'm gonna have to move this around at some point this week. Good morning. So I am in my 8:30 class, my digital photography class, and my teacher's actually having some issues with his screen sharing, so he's gonna go fix that. He hadn't had this issue before, so something must have changed on Zoom since then. In the meantime, I am filling up my diffuser because I wanted to do it before class, but I ran out of time because I actually wanted to try and get like half of an outfit. And when I mean half, I mean I basically dressed up the top half, but I'm only wearing like these baggy pants on the bottom. So yeah, we're all just kind of like sitting ducks at the moment because we're still trying to figure out a couple of things with Zoom, but I'm sure it'll get fixed within like the next couple of minutes. Or now. So update, it is currently 9:07. I'm not sure if y'all can see that. My 8:30 class just ended. So usually this class runs for about 2 hours when we meet. We usually don't get out till 10:20. But with it being a class like digital photography, or a lot of art classes, I feel, if not all of them, there's a lot that usually has to be done in person, and that's what fills up the time. So the classes kind of gets reduced down to just going over a couple of things that needs to get done during the week, any specific questions if anyone has any, and we're turning in an assignment today so we can talk about it in breakout sessions on Wednesday. Zoom has this thing where you can actually do those breakout sessions that you can talk to just a few people at a time, and then you can come back and congregate as a group. We've had this project for, I think, since right before spring break, so we've had a good couple of weeks to do this, so I'm interested to see how this goes. So it's now 6:47 p.m. I'm sorry, today flew by. I didn't even think about vlogging. So kind of a recap of everything since my second class. Second class went really well. We actually went like almost 10 minutes over time because there were still so many things we needed to talk about, and it's way easier to lose track of time with online classes versus like in-person classes, I feel. So after that, I had breakfast, and I had full intentions on doing work for my third class, and I fell asleep and things just went downhill from there. In fact, I don't think I woke up until maybe 5 minutes before my class even started. And then also, I tweeted about this earlier. I'm gonna put the tweet here. The difference for my mood during morning classes and afternoon classes are two completely different things. During morning classes, I'm fine. I'm completely okay. I feel like it's gonna be a good day. By the time I get to like 2:10, 2:30, my afternoon classes, I'm practically banging my head against my desk. For some reason, I get so stressed out. I'm so over everything, and I'm just counting down the minutes until the class is over. The rest of tonight's gonna be kind of busy. I still have some cleaning to do from this weekend. I wanna clean up both of my rooms, I guess. And then I have some homework to do. I've already been slacking a little bit, so it's gonna be a game of catch up and keep up tonight. Hello, keep still, please. Thanks. So it is currently 1:40 a.m. and I'm about to finish up, I think, one of the few assignments that I had tonight. One thing that I dislike about having online classes now is that I have to be home now, and it's very hard for me to have a work mode or school mode mentality when I'm home. My mind just shifts to not really wanting to do anything, not really wanting to go anywhere. Before social distancing even started, I basically just did social distancing just out of being an introvert. The only reason why I'm mad at it now is because it's mandatory. So I think at this point I'm just gonna finish up what I can tonight and get some sort of sleep. Hopefully I can force myself to wake up early and we can get back on top of things. I refuse to turn the camera around. It is about 9:30 a.m. It's Tuesday. I have a class at 10 o'clock. I've gotten what I need to get done for this class today, and then I'm gonna just sit through it, take my notes, and then I'm gonna like clean up, get food, and start getting ready for my next class and the meeting that I have after. The good news is that I had a paper that was gonna be due tomorrow. It's been postponed to Friday, so I have more time to work on it. The bad news is I also have another paper that's due Friday at the exact same time. I know me, this could go pretty well or very poorly. I promise I'm gonna aim for pretty well. I promise, I promise, I promise.
It's very dry. The poles are in fact deserts, as are what we call the subtropics.
Well, in that case, there's nothing like a wee bit of coffee to get you back in shape. Join me, Carolyn?
If anyone wonders whether or not the afternoon slump goes away if you're taking an online class, if there's something about like other people's eyes being on you that makes you want to stay awake, you might want to stay awake, but your body may not want to. Take it from me, because I can say I definitely fell asleep in the second class. It wasn't them, it was me. But goodness, I need to get out of this house. Hello, it is Wednesday. It's almost 11:30. I just got out of my second class for today. I have one more at 2:30. I went on my walk yesterday, and it was funny. I found this little area like 2 years ago, and back then it was just empty. It was like dirt road, and then like there was like a little bit of a playground like behind the trees and stuff. I walked over there last night, and I'm not sure like what all is back there, but it's changed a good bit. It's cool to see, but it also kind of reminds me of like why I've been so ready to leave home for a while. It's just like things are changing around me, and I'm just kind of like stuck in this one spot. So like I think it's time for me to change, hence why I wasn't so ready to move back home yet. I was hoping to get some things done last night, but I ended up washing so many dishes, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna turn in early. And then before I could even like officially turn in early, my body just kind of collapsed and I fell asleep. I haven't even really left my bed, so yeah, I need to get myself together today. Also, one of my professors actually just emailed our class about assignments for the rest of the semester. So originally this class was going to have 3 different exams. We took the first one before the spring break and Trinity's announcement to do online classes. So he's just now sending an email that he's replacing those last 2 midterms with 4 writing assignments instead. And then in addition to that, originally we were going to take our final exam on the morning of Saturday, May 9th, if I remember right. But now he's saying that he's going to post the exam on May the 6th and give us up until May the 11th to get it done. I feel like he's being extremely flexible with us, which is incredible. And ironically enough, this was a class that I was considering doing a pass-fail on, to where I can like get my grade and not have it affect my GPA, because I have been struggling with this class in a little bit, but now it's kind of making me rethink some things. But at the same time, the pass-fail papers are due in about 2 days, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and let this stay the same. I feel like the way that he's changing things around, like I should be able to do fine, so yeah, I think we'll be okay. So it is currently Thursday, 11:30 a.m. I just got out of my first class for today. I have one more at 2:10. You would think by the second week of classes I would have at least a decent sleep schedule, but no. Like I said before, I fell asleep one of my classes yesterday, and I think that threw my sleep schedule off more than it already was. So I only got maybe somewhere between 3 and 4 hours of sleep last night. I'm not allowing myself to be near my bed until at least after this last class. So I have about 4 or 5 more hours to go until I can actually like quote unquote take a nap. But I know me taking a nap is gonna be good, probably 2 to 3 hours. So I got stuff I need to do anyway. And I'm gonna try and like step outside and get some fresh air before this next class, because mind you, this is the same class I fell asleep in on Tuesday, so we cannot do that again, not in 1 week. So I actually just put my phone in my bedroom so I could focus on the work that I want to get done tonight. But again, my sleep schedule is still out of whack. The good news is I was able to stay awake between my first and second class today, and I was able to stay up my entire second class. The bad news is I guess my body felt like if I wasn't going to take a nap during that time, I was going to take a nap at some point. So I went out walking today, and I got caught in the rain. Fortunately, my dad was able to come pick me up and drive me back home. A little while after that, I was just sitting in my bed, and then I just ended up passing out. Just with no problem. And so I figured, okay, well, I guess I kind of needed to sleep anyway because I know it's going to be a late night tonight, and it will be because it is 12:17 and I hadn't been able to put a dent into anything yet. And the reason why is because when I was trying to do my work, I ended up falling asleep at my desk with no problem. And it wasn't just falling asleep. I fell asleep, looked up, realized that I fell asleep, but I think I was so in and out of just plain drowsiness that I just had no problem falling back asleep and getting up, falling back asleep and getting up and falling back asleep. So I think it took me a good hour to wake myself up. And now I'm here. I feel awake, at least, but I feel like I still could have got something done a good hour earlier and could have got an hour of solid sleep in my bed. But gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So, update. We originally were gonna move my stuff out of my apartment this weekend, but we had to move that to next weekend because not only are we gonna have bad weather this weekend, it is Friday, April 3rd, and there's a chance that we could have hail this weekend. Hail. So yeah, we're not going. The only bad side about this though is that I left my hair products in my apartment and I desperately need to wash my hair. So I'm just gonna see what I can find around the house because this just All right, I'm sure y'all get what's going on with the Powerpuff Girls and everything. Shout out to Twitter because I am not responsible for that video whatsoever. I don't own it. I downloaded it off of Twitter. It is now 12:19 on Sunday, April 12th. Happy Easter. Yeah, so this is almost a week and a half after the last little clip I had in this video. Kind of a recap of the past week. I did get those papers turned in. Those will be fine. Is my sleep schedule any better than that whole week that you just watched? Absolutely not. It's gotten worse. Probably. I tried. But, you know, things happen. I moved out of my apartment on Friday. My family came and we were able to just like go in, get everything, load it back into my car or the U-Haul truck and bring it all back. The only person that any of us talked to was my friend Connie back on campus. I wanted to drop off some slippers that I had left over from my study abroad experience in China last summer. I didn't even get out the car, social distance. I just kind of like yeeted them out of my car window. Love you, Connie. So yeah, that was my experience at Zoom University. Note that it was not perfect. There were a lot of ups and a lot of downs because I wanted it to reflect how difficult it's been to be an online student when you're used to having classes in person. And I think personally it's a bit harder for graduating seniors. We kind of had an idea as to what the end of our senior year would look like, and nothing's really going according to plan. So I know it's affected me a good couple of times during the week that you've seen and during this past week that you haven't. It still hurts. I'll be honest, but I refuse to let this situation end my senior year on a sour note. I'm still in good contact with a lot of people on campus, still doing work for TigerTV, as you can see, still doing classes. So I do have some motivation to get through the rest of the semester. Not as much as back when things were in person, but you can only do so much. I'm not gonna pressure myself, and you shouldn't pressure yourself either if you're also an online student. Also, keep in mind that my experience does not reflect everybody's. I know everybody's situation is different. Some are better, some are not so much. Some are in about the same boat as me. Wherever you are on that scale, I hope you're doing everything to the best of your abilities. And if you need someone to just talk to and possibly help you out, I will have my email in the description below. Reach out to me and I'll do the best that I can. Stay tuned. A lot of us have a lot of content coming to the YouTube channel. I might have some content coming real soon. Just wait and see. Yeah, so Stay inside, wash your hands. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna make this real quick. Please stay inside. I don't care what outing you feel like you have to go to, where you feel like you need to be. There is no outing worth the situation that's going on right now. I think that's all that needs to be said. So yeah, that's definitely everything that needs to be said. Thanks for tuning in. I know this was a long video, so thank you. Later.